For Wednesday, November 20th, this is now on HNN.
They said there was a hole and someone went out.
Investigators of a deadly accident on a Southwest Airlines plane recommend changes to nearly 7,000 jets to prevent it from happening again. Another night of protests on the North Shore as the number of arrests linked to wind farm opposition hits 200.
He had flames on his back legs.
The heartbreaking footage that has touched the world.
So I just covered him with my t-shirt, managed to get him off the tree, and it was so hot.
Louis the koala being rescued from fires in Australia. The inspiring update just ahead.
Give us a hug. Oh. And I'm doing another Grammys hosting. Let's go! Yeah.
It's that time of year again. The Grammy nominations are in. I'm Tom Hansen. I'll tell you who made the coveted list.
There's some local nominations as well. These stories and much more coming up on This Is Now.
Hey, good morning, guys. How's it going?
Good
Thanks
morning.
for watching This Is Now.
Yep, Ashley and Jonathan here. We're starting off with some breaking news. The votes have been tallied and Hawaiian Airlines flight attendants have voted 99% to authorize a strike. This is the first strike vote by flight attendants in Hawaiian Airlines' 90-year history, and union officials say with more than 95% of the company's flight attendants participating in the vote, they say it should send a strong message to Hawaiian that they are ready to strike should contract negotiations continue to stall. Flight attendants have been without a contract for nearly 3 years, and they are asking for better pay and benefits. Now, Hawaiian Airlines has said it remains focused on finalizing a new contract that recognizes their employees' contributions and that they remain actively engaged in mediating sessions scheduled into December.
And there we see some of the informational pickets that have been going on for weeks now. It seems like you've attended some of them, right?
Yep, they're doing this here at Honolulu. They've also done a couple protests in LA.
Oh, okay. We just posted this story to all our digital platforms. We also sent it out as a push alert. Be sure to sign up to those to get any breaking news you ever want from HNN and our digital platforms. All right, we got some other news regarding the airlines that service Hawaii.
That's right. This is for Southwest. So nearly 18 months after a Southwest Airlines passenger was killed when the window came off and she was almost sucked out when the engine broke apart mid-flight. Well, Boeing is ordering immediate changes to one of its most popular planes and engines. This is Tom Costello.
April 17th, 2018. Southwest 1380 was at 32,000 feet and in serious trouble.
Everybody breathe. Everybody breathe. We're almost landing.
Passengers donned oxygen masks as pilots declared an emergency. The left engine had come apart, showering the plane with shrapnel and shattering a passenger window, causing an immediate decompression and pulling one of the passengers from her seat through the window.
They said there was a hole and someone went out.
They tried to bring her, reel her back in, and it just was crazy.
On board, an EMT and nurse performed CPR for 20 minutes.
It just wasn't going to be enough.
43-year-old Jennifer Reardon didn't survive, leaving behind 2 children and her husband, Michael. He talked to NBC's Joe Fryer.
What should we know about Jennifer?
She was just such an open and honest being, and luckily for all of us, she expressed that. So she was genuine and pure to her core.
Investigators quickly determined a fan blade inside the left engine had broken apart in flight, tearing off a piece of the engine cowling or casing that shattered the window. It was the second fan blade to break off a Southwest 737 in less than a year. The NTSB now says that a metal fatigue crack on Flight 1380 had gone undetected for years.
This particular blade had a crack present. It went through 7 inspections prior, and nobody caught it.
Southwest has since inspected all of its similar fan blades and found 16 additional cracks. It's also ordered much more frequent inspections. Now the NTSB is calling on Boeing and engine maker CFM to make design changes to the engine and the plane to prevent similar tragedies in the future.
From tragedy, we draw knowledge to improve the safety for us all.
Boeing says it's already working on a design enhancement that would fully address the safety recommendation from the NTSB.
And that's Tom Costello reporting. Now, Boeing says once the design change is approved, it will be retrofitting all 737 NGs worldwide, and that's about 7,000 planes.
Every time I see that video, I know it's been a year, but it's still just as shocking from the first time I saw it.
So scary.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to move on to another story. Update regarding TMT.
That's right. There's an update regarding the second choice location for the telescope in the Canary Islands. This is Lacey Denise with the details.
A town in the Canary Islands has approved a work permit to let the 30-meter telescope build on the island of La Palma. We're told the telescope reached a land concession deal, but more permits would be needed before construction could start. In a statement, the vice president of the TMT project called this move an essential step in the process for developing their plan B in the case that they are not able to build the telescope in Hawaii. He went on to say there is no date set for determining their next step. However, Spanish news agency Europa Press claims TMT is expected to decide where to build the telescope, quote, in the next few days, with construction starting no later than January 30th, 2023. TMT leaders say Mauna Kea is still their first choice.
All right, thanks, Lacey, for that report. Another update regarding the arrest that took place on protesters on the North Shore.
That's right. So for the wind farm protests, more arrests were made overnight as hundreds of Kahuku wind farm opponents showed up in Kalailoa for another night of protests. HPD says 21 people were arrested for disobeying a police officer. Bail ranged from $100 to $1,000, and each person was released after posting bail. State Senator Kurt Favela, who has been at prior protests, was also at Tuesday night's protests. So far, about 200 arrests have been made since equipment transports from Kalailoa to Kahuku began about a month ago.
All right, what we're seeing there is demonstrators, hundreds of them it looks like, and some of the arrestees being taken off in the plastic handcuffs. We see there was protesters in linked arms there blocking the roadways, and that is what police removed. We'll have more on this story coming up tonight at 5 and 6 on our evening newscast. Until then, we want to take you outside.
Yeah, this is a live look at Honolulu. It's been a wet and stormy couple days for many parts of the state, but Guy Hagi says drier conditions are expected to take over.
How's it on this Wednesday? I'm Guy Hagi with your HawaiiNewsNow.com forecast. The stormy disturbance that brought the rain, the hail, the snow, and the lightning and thunder to the state yesterday and the day before is slowly pulling away. We're left with the best weather on the planet. Things are very calm. Trade winds picking up. We'll see a few windward and Mauka showers, nothing of consequence in terms of rainfall. And those trade winds picking up speed today. They'll be blowing in at about 15 to 20 miles an hour, and that will bring lower humidity levels and really nice conditions, especially dry and sunny for those leeward areas. So temperatures slightly warmer today than yesterday. 86 degrees expected here in Honolulu. Of course, the outlier is Kona. They'll have light winds, and that will lead to very humid conditions over there, maybe some afternoon showers. Surf's going to be picking up late this afternoon. Not so much for the better part of the day. It should be small, not so much in the morning. And then in the afternoon, late in the afternoon, 12 to 16 feet. High surf advisory will be posted late in the afternoon as well for north and west shores. South shores down to 1 to 3, but box jellyfish will likely be swimming in for the next several days, so heads up on that. So we've got these nice breezy trade winds today, getting even stronger, even gusty conditions expected tomorrow into the early part of the weekend. Then they slow down by Monday. So get ready to hang on to the little kids, and we could get some small craft advisories posted as well. Keep it here on Hawaii News Now. We'll have all your severe weather updates.
Thanks, Guy. So tonight, Democratic presidential hopefuls will take the stage again, once again, this time in Atlanta, Georgia. Only 10 candidates will appear, including Hawaii Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard. The event is co-hosted by MSNBC and The Washington Post and will air at 4 p.m. Hawaii time.
All right, let's get you live outside to Washington where the sun is setting and the leaves are changing, and there was a lot of new updates today in the impeachment inquiry.
That's right. Stakes in the inquiry rose to their highest point yet when Ambassador to the European Union testified that there was a quid pro quo with regard to the White House meeting and nearly $400 million in military aid to Ukraine. But Republicans are disputing that claim. Nicole Killian reports.
I will begin by swearing you in.
Ambassador to the European Union Gordon Sondland opened his testimony by confirming a visit to the White House by Ukraine's president was contingent on the country announcing a public investigation into a company associated with the Bidens and 2016 election interference.
Was there a quid pro quo? The answer is yes.
Sondland said he later presumed millions of dollars in U.S. military assistance was also a condition, though he made clear the president never told him explicitly.
President Trump never told me directly that the aid was conditioned on the meetings.
But lawmakers pressed Sondland on a text exchange he had with the top diplomat in Ukraine, Bill Taylor. At that time, he claimed the president told him in a phone call, no quid pro quo.
I just said, what do you want from Ukraine? I may have even used a 4-letter word. And he said, I want nothing. I want no quid pro quo.
A point President Trump also emphasized.
I want nothing. I want nothing. I want no quid pro quo. Tell Zelensky, President Zelensky, to do the right thing.
Sondland testified he worked at the express direction of the president with his personal lawyer, Rudy Giuliani, who was a key player in the pressure campaign. And he said it was no secret, explaining that other top administration officials from the vice president to the Secretary of State knew what was going on.
I didn't see the testimony. I'm not going to recuse myself.
Secretary of State Mike Pompeo dodged questions about Sondland, while Vice President Mike Pence's office disputed Sondland discussed the situation with Pence.
Vice President Pence just nodded his head.
Again, I don't recall any exchange or where he asked me any questions. I think it was sort of a duly noted.
He didn't say, what investigations?
He did not.
A second round of hearings continues with 2 more witnesses. Nicole Killian, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
All right. Again, more developments there. We'll look forward to more reports coming up in the coming days and getting those updates there regarding that story. You know, this next story, I mentioned last week that I'm a big Crown fan.
I know.
And not to make
Royal
light of
news.
this, but I mean, this seems like drama right out of that Netflix show. I mean, it is royal. Watchers are buzzing.
I know. So Britain's Prince Andrew says he's stepping back from public duties with the Queen's permission. He said it's become clear to him in recent days that his association with convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein has become a major distraction to the royal family's work. He said Wednesday he regrets his association with Epstein and that he deeply sympathizes with his victims.
All right, we'll be following that as well. The Grammys are out, and some people are feeling good as. I don't know if I can actually use the H word on Facebook, so I'm not going to. That was my Lizzo try. Congrats, Lizzo.
If I haven't lost my voice, I would be singing along with you. So you're going to have to sing all the songs, Jonathan.
I know, I'm being nice today.
Yeah, so singer-rapper Lizzo, she is leading the pack with 8 nominations. Her hit song Truth Hurts helped her nab nods in categories like Record, Album, and Song of the Year. Lil Nas X and Billie Eilish were each nominated 6 times.
She's so young.
I know, she's just 17 years old. So she's the youngest artist in the history of the Grammys to earn nominations in the top 4 categories.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, it's very
Way
cool.
to go.
Yeah, Tom Hansen has more.
All right, let's get that.
Alicia Keys will host the evening for the 2nd time. Keys had said one time was enough, but in an interview with CBS This Morning's Gayle King, she explained her change of heart.
It's almost like a marathon. You know, you kind of run a marathon one time, and then you said, I did it. And but in actuality, I ran another marathon, and then now I'm doing another Grammys hosting. Let's go! Yeah.
Alicia Keys is familiar to the Grammys, winning many herself, and this time around, she joins the ranks of Ellen DeGeneres and Rosie O'Donnell, becoming just the 3rd woman ever to host the Grammys more than once. Singer Bebe Rexha was also on hand to announce nominees. She knows firsthand how big this day is for the artists.
There's gonna be a lot of tears, a lot of tissues. I think it's just excitement.
Recording Academy President Deborah Dugan says this year there's plenty of girl power.
Women are unapologetically themselves and have a voice that needs to be heard.
And last year, former First Lady Michelle Obama was a surprise guest on the Grammys. This year, she's a nominee for Best Spoken Word Album for the audio version of her memoir, Becoming. Tom Hansen, CBS News, New York.
All right, and there were some local nominations as well.
Yeah, 3 Hawaii artists are among this year's Grammy finalists in the category for Best Regional Roots Music Album. They are Amy Hanaili'i for Kalawai Anui and Imua Garza and Kimie Minor for Hawaiian Lullaby. The Grammys will air on CBS January 26th.
And you know some people are cheersing today with their glasses up. Maybe not super, maybe they were up early, 6 a.m. our time, I think it happened at. Early this morning, and a lot of them are drinking the trendiest new drink around. We're talking spiked seltzers.
Are you into this trend right now?
Yeah, you know, I'm a Truly fan. I like
Can
those
you
100.
really tell the difference?
I can't tell the difference really. I just like the packaging and the flavor. I don't like grapefruit flavored.
That's my favorite one.
Oh, really?
So
Well,
we should
you can
share a
have all
pack
mine.
together.
So I like truly because you can buy the individual flavors.
Right.
You don't have to buy the variety pack. So
I'm
we
not a
know way too
fan.
much about this, as you can tell.
The black cherry needs to go. Oh, yeah.
But the update on all those sales, everyone's buying these things.
Yeah, well, the company that makes White Claw says consumers will spend up to $2.5 billion on the spiked seltzer water this year. The
Whoa.
company says it has 60% share of the market. I get that. I feel like White Claw is the most popular.
I seen that they were early.
Yeah. And it attributes its success to being healthier than other alcoholic drinks and not confusing customers with too many flavors. However, the company does plan to add more flavors next year.
And get rid of grapefruit.
No, keep grapefruit. But they're adding watermelon.
Okay.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Okay.
Lemon and tangerine.
Lemon's boring. Tangerine I'm into.
Tangerine could be good.
Yeah.
Watermelon, I mean, I don't know. It's questionable.
I know. It doesn't seem like it's going to add enough mask to that nasty alcohol taste. All right. Enough
like
alcohol
water.
talk. What is our mind on Friday? But, something that's pretty pricey for everyone, they think it is vacationing in Japan.
Yes, it can be expensive. However, turns out you can get a hotel there for $1, but the catch is you need to let a bunch of strangers watch you.
Weird.
I know. So the Asahi Ryokan Hotel in Fukuoka is offering one of its rooms for just $1 per night to guests willing to be live streamed during their stay.
Whoa.
Yeah. The hotel's 27-year-old owner says he got the idea when a British YouTube star broadcasted his visit there. So audio is not broadcasted in the live stream, and you get to turn the lights off, and fortunately, the bathroom is out of camera range.
That's a good thing. I also hope they give complimentary robes. Let's keep covered up, please. All right, I just think that's bizarre. I do not think I would do that.
I mean, I wonder if there's a time limit you have to actually be in the room, because when I'm on vacation, I'm never in my hotel room anyway.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right. Strange story. Keep it in mind next time you're planning your trip. Let's take you outside again. A live look downtown outside City Hall. They're setting something up right there. We see construction crews out in a crane.
The official Honolulu City Lights Christmas tree arrived at Honolulu Hale this morning. It's being installed on the front lawn facing King Street. The Norfolk pine, which stands 50 feet tall, was harvested on Monday from the Kaimala Marine property in Hawaii Kai. Over the next 2 weeks, city crews will decorate the tree to prepare for the opening celebration, which takes place on Saturday, December 7th.
I really think that's one of the best things that goes on during the holiday
Oh,
season.
it's
I love
fantastic.
holiday lights. Shaka Santa. I love watching him following him on our traffic cams at work when he's making his way from the warehouse downtown.
Yes.
The tree is just the beginning of it. We have a lot more city lights to come, the parade, everything. I'm looking forward to it. Meantime, we have a story, it's a sad story, but it's slightly uplifting as well, coming to us from down under.
Right, I don't know if you saw this video yesterday online. It went viral of the koala in the wildfires in Australia struggling. It was just heartbreaking to watch it.
It's hard to watch.
But an Australian woman, took her shirt off, saved the koala, and
Just jumped into action.
It was amazing. So this is a story about their reunion, and this is Riley Carlson.
Let's check it out.
Good morning. It's a relief-filled reunion after a dramatic rescue.
Give us a hug.
Oh,
thank you.
Australian hospital workers are giving Tony Doherty a hero's welcome for saving the life of this koala bear. He's now named Lewis after one of Doherty's 7 grandkids.
I could just see those really sharp teeth that you bit me with.
Just 24 hours earlier, the bear was caught in a dangerous wildfire. Lewis had nowhere to go to escape the flames.
He had flames on his back legs, so I just covered him with my t-shirt, managed to get him off the tree, and it was so hot.
Dousing him with water and giving him something to drink, she then wrapped him up and brought him to the koala hospital.
I knew if we didn't get him down from the tree, then he would have been up there amongst the flames.
So he's got really badly burnt hands and feet. He's got burns under his arms, his nose is burnt.
Even still, Lewis may be one of the lucky ones. 14 koalas injured in Australia's fires this month have been brought here for treatment. Officials fear as many as 350 died at a nature reserve.
So it's pretty devastating. It's going to have a major impact on the populations of koalas in this region.
Lewis may be able to help with that. He could soon join a breeding program because he's too badly burned to be released back into the wild. Riley Carlson, CBS News.
Oh my goodness.
I can't.
I know that for our audio listeners only, what we were seeing there was some of the recoveries of those koalas. They were in little casts and had little ventilators over their mouths.
They were
you can
all
see their heart
badly
at work.
burned. Ugh.
I know, it's good to see that they are receiving treatment and there is hope for them out there. And those fires are just so devastating. And reuniting that rescuer who jumped into action
And thank
there.
God for people like her who,
I know.
who save helpless little animals.
I know, I'm a koala fan. All right, not to leave you on a bum out note, you know, those koalas are getting help. We're going to take you outside one more time. This is Now on HNN. We'll be back here tomorrow.